Hi, this is Ron Schwab at Rich & Sons. Congratulations on your purchase of this new Chateau. Going to do a little short orientation on this one. It may not be exactly what you have, but I think you'll be able to figure out most of those things as we go. Well, first thing you want to do when you get to your campsite, after you've got this thing leveled up, is get some power to it. So on the Chateaus, you have this little Furrion. Look for this Furrion cap. Open that up. Get your 30 amp power cord, orientate it correctly, give it a little quarter turn there, and then screw the cap ring on. Once that's done and secure, you should see a little light here. That should indicate that you have power to the unit, so look for that little light. There's going to be a couple ways to get water inside your coach, you know, take showers, to flush the toilet, to do the dishes. The first way is to fill up your water tanks. I recommend at all times try to find a hydrant if you can. That is of course the other way. So that would just be a direct line with your hose. It's located here in the back corner of your coach. Just put your hose on, screw it in, turn on your hydrant. I do recommend getting you a regulator for that hydrant because they have a lot of pressure on some of those places that have that. The other way, of course, that I mentioned first of all was filling up your water tank. That's right next door. Just pop this cap off. Stick the garden hose or the hose in there, fill her up, and I always have Mama go inside, kind of check the monitor level inside, so when that gets full, I know I'm getting close here, okay? So that's how to fill her up. Well, I've located the tank drain on this one. It's right below the gas tank here, but it's going to usually be pretty close to your water, where you're putting your water in. So just click that petcock on and off. You know, you don't want to carry that water when you're traveling. That's extra weight, so don't do it. Just drain it out. Okay, I've located the hot water heater here on the driver's side. I think the hardest part of getting these doggone hot water heaters open is getting this little flipper switch orientated and getting this open. Alrighty, so here's what I do when I get home. Usually I fill this up at home before I ever go anywhere. That way I'm not using water at the campground. I've got that all done. So I'll plug the hole with the plug. Plastic plug. Just tighten that up. Give it a little tight. I always run the petcock about halfway out so it's pointing straight out at you. That way all the air escapes as you're filling up your hot water heater. Once that hot water heater gets full, water will start draining out. At that time, I'll just flip that thing like that, and my tank is almost full. Shortly after that, she'll fill up, start running your lines and filling up your lines inside. Do that too while you're at it. It's exactly opposite when you're going home and you've actually want to get that hot water drained when you get home. You don't want to carry that water around in your hot water heater, and it's going to start smelling after a day or two. So let's just reverse that operation, get all the air out of that again by flipping that little petcock up on top of the tank. Once that air releases, then we're going to pull that plug out. And just little hint from Ron, don't stand right here in front of it. You're going to get your pants wet, guys. Alright, your generator is usually located right here by your driver's side door, so look for it right here. Why I'm down here is I want to show you something. I'm not going to be able to reach it this time, but if you're ever running your generator and you're not getting power to your coach, come outside, open this thing up, and hit the reset switch. That's all there is to it. Just locate that reset switch and hit that, okay? Okay guys, on Chateau, here is on the driver or the passenger side door. Right behind that is where you're going to fill up your propane. You're going to have to take this to a place that sells propane, pull up next to their tanks, and right here you'll have the connections to fill up your tank. And of course, make sure you have it on or off when you go camping. You know, I recommend shutting it off when you're not using it. Turn it on when you are. Very easy to find right here. Nice little feature that the Chateaus have right here towards the back of the coach is this little door here. Look for that. Open that up and you will find a little quick disconnect for your propane. You've got a little portable grill. You can set it up back here and just do a quick disconnect and use that propane off your camper. Okay guys, right down here by the steps, you're going to find a lot of the controls you're going to be using when you're camping. First of all, you'll have your battery disconnect switch right here. You turn that in the off position when you're not using it. I've got it on now. You've got your awning, power here that just push your awning button, that'll roll out your awning. Got a little step light right here, little button for that, and your coach lights right here. This particular model has the left jack and the right jack retract and extend right here, and it also has your solar charge controller right here in this position. Well, some of the important features here that you're going to be using all the time, you're going to be looking at your battery levels, your fresh water tank levels, your black water tank levels, and your gray water tank levels, all right up here in this controller. At this point, you can start up your generator. Just hold that button in and start it. We can get our slide out when we first get to the campground by pushing the extend button right here. We can turn on tank heaters, and this is equipped with tank heaters. So we've got the black tank heater and the gray tank heater. If you're in cold weather, certainly use those. Don't risk freezing up your tanks in some of these cold climates. Your water pump switch is right here. Very easy, just turn it on and off right here. Your LP gas for your hot water heater and your electricity for your hot water heater right here. So if you were on if you're plugged in, I recommend using your 110. Leave it on all the time. Don't shut it on and off. Just while you're camping, just turn that 110 on. Keep your hot water hot. If you want to take a longer shower, turn on your gas. You can do that too. Gives you a longer shower, but you will use more water, obviously. So, all conveniently located right up here. We're standing right outside the refrigerator here. I always turn mine, just turn it on, and then I turn on the automatic. That way, if it's plugged into shore power, you've got 110 electricity running your refrigerator, keeping it cool. And if you unplug, it'll automatically switch over to gas to keep your refrigerator cool when you're traveling and stuff like that. So right here, my recommendation, just leave it on auto. Well, I've located the thermostat controls on this particular model. It's right back here in the bedroom. Easily switchable from cool to fan only to off to heater. Just leave it on, whatever you choose. You've got your fan settings. You can leave it on high, low, automatic, whatever you choose to do. Simple little slide lever here to set your thermostat control to whatever comfort level you desire. Well, I'm looking up here in this cupboard right above the front door. Guess what I found? Found a Sony DVD player. I found your antenna booster right up here in the corner. Just reach behind where it's plugged in. Make sure this is tight, obviously, while you're up here first time. It might jiggle loose at some point. Make sure that cable's tight. Push on the button. That'll turn on your booster. So if you're not getting TV and you're wondering why, come back here and push that little button behind where that plugs in. Make sure that's pushed in. Okay, one thing that we found out here at the dealership is this radio will not come on unless the battery disconnect is on, and I showed you that over there earlier by the doorway there. So make sure that battery disconnect is on so your radio works. If you got nothing here, that's the key of getting this to work. That also includes your backup camera, so when you're backing up, very handy feature to use that. Let you know what's behind you and make sure you're not running over any people in the campgrounds. So remember that battery disconnect, guys. One other feature I want to tell you about while I'm sitting here in the cockpit is what happens if your battery's dead. Whatever it be, there might be that time, that occasion that you're going to need that boost from your coach batteries. So right below your light switch right over here on the left, you reach down here, you will find that little toggle switch, and that'll be for your house batteries to help start this thing in case you left your lights on or something like that. So remember that, guys. Well, your converter is actually located on this particular unit right here in the corner of the bed. I want to show you a few things here. You have both 110 and 12 volt system in a coach. Your 12 volt system is regulated by the fuses here. They're all labeled, and your 110, when you're plugged into the campgrounds, you'll have your breaker switches. So if something isn't working, check out those breakers or check the fuses, make sure it's working. Okay, inside the shower here, I'm not going to actually take a shower here, but I do want to show you a nice little feature, this little push button right here on your shower head. Obviously, water is important when you're camping, so you don't want to use all your water. So make sure maybe shutting this on and off will conserve water while you're taking your shower, so use that little feature, okay? Okay, I'm here at the stove. We're going to do a little cooking for the evening or in the morning, doing some bacon and eggs maybe. First of all, I want to say, don't put your pan on top of the glass cover here. That's just for giving you a little extra counter space when you need it, so take that up. We've actually heard of people doing this, so I want to show you how to light this. On your middle burner here, you'll have the light feature right here. Just turn it to that position. Click this guy over here on the left. That way you're not taking a big lighter with you to do that. Same way on the back two burners. You'll have the light position, and enjoy your meals. Well, last but not least, I want to point out a few safety features. Always, when you're camping and you own a new camper, locate your safety features, okay? All campers that we sell are going to come with a fire extinguisher, a smoke detector. Keep the batteries, just change those once a year when that dreaded time change hits. It's a good time to do that, or before you're putting it away for the year. Fire extinguisher, like I said, you'll have a carbon monoxide and a propane detector down there too. So locate those when you own your coach here and find those places. Please make sure all your items are secured when you're traveling. We don't want things falling off on the floor and scaring you and running you off the road, obviously. So make sure those things. I recommend making a checklist. My wife and I have done this for years. We'll have that checklist and we'll knock off that checklist, make sure everything's secure. Last thing, I just want to say thank you for buying a Chateau here at Rich & Sons RV. Enjoy it. Have fun camping. And if you got any questions, give us a call, 308-384-2040. And thank you again.